Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where I think we'll start things off with a bit of egging on. The game, I mean. Egging on is something that Nick was very keen for me to try. I think he thought it might finally break my spirit. A little minor centipede's dilemma every time I just have to move this fucking thing forwards. Find out when Prototype 2 came. Oh, bollocks! Yes, it's another rage-bait platformer along the lines of your getting over it, and your get to works, and your baby steps, and your only ups. Same formula as always, navigate tricky platforming challenges, reset a lot of your progress every time you fall, placid narrator voice giving very condescending advice. Bollocks! Bollocks! Fuck! Buggery.
Darny darn. Shoot shucks. Wow.
Bugger, bum, fart, piss. As we used to say.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Please don't leave me.
Wait. Ew.
I came back. Back different. You know what though? I'm over rage. It's a waste of energy. Honestly, I don't really care that I couldn't even get past the first few levels of egging on. Not very fulfilling, but they're neither of those horrible YouTube playables I keep putting on while listening to something else. It was a nice day. I was having a lovely chat with friends. The game really wasn't calling for any higher brain activity. What could I have possibly gotten angry about?
It's gonna be a big one.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh.
Are you enjoying my impression of the 50 Shades of Grey books? Crap. Shit. I'm going backwards. I've made negative progress so far.
You've made negative progress.
The central gimmick of egging on is that you're an egg, funnily enough, and I assumed this was going to be a similar situation to that other egg-based platformer whose name escapes me, where the gameplay gimmick is that you die if you fall any kind of distance. But no, you do go splat if you fall too far in egging on, but then you just regenerate and keep going. I have never watched Legend.
It's not a great movie.
Okay.
But it's got Tim Curry.
Yes, and I assume it's not that good, because all anyone ever seems to say or know about it is that Tim Curry plays the devil in it. Okay, I think I'm back to where I was.
Okay, nice. Let's see
now I'm back down again.
This fall.
Oh, fuck.
I shouldn't have mentioned it. Shouldn't have jinxed myself.
Nope.
The real gameplay gimmick comes from the fact that being egg-shaped, you find it very hard to roll in straight lines. Also, you have to time your jumps carefully, because you can only do high jumps when your pointy end is touching the ground. Yep, it certainly is difficult to master, and you'll be missing a lot of jumps and falling off a lot of narrow ledges. But here's the thing, viewer. I went back and played more of Baby Steps after I streamed it. I also went back and played more Get to Work after I streamed it. I feel no inclination to play any more of Egging On. So whatever those games had, it does not. Oh, I can be a different egg. Ooh. I can be a red egg. Hey, let's be an egg that clashes with the background. Yeah. Oh, that looks awful. I love it. I hope I unlock a green egg, and I can pretend to be a Gwyneth Paltrow vaginal product.
Isn't that everyone's goal in life, Yahtzee? Just to be a vaginal product.
Well, aren't we all vaginal products when we first begin in life? And the shells remain as testament to my failure. It's probably a framing thing. These games are all about catharsis, both in victory and in learning to let go of progress upon defeat. And that catharsis is far greater when we're a silly dude falling 50 stories into a ditch, not so much when we're a featureless egg falling 8 inches into some hay. Our second game was MotionRec, a classic example of an experimental indie platformer that comes up with one interesting core idea to base all of the gameplay around, nice and simply hacked out with some retro-style graphics. God, it's got dithering. Look at that dithering.
So much goddamn dithering.
I'm going to fucking come. Oh, yeah, look at Daddy's smart boy. In this case, the gimmick is that you, as indistinct blobby 8-bit character du jour, can record your own movements and play them back. So start recording, climb up a ladder, stop recording, and then go to an unclimbable wall and replay your action to get lifted up to the top. And I think it's rather neat. Not strictly a completely new and mind-blowingly innovative concept, it's a sort of kissing cousin to the old puzzle game Chestnut where you have to work around a temporal clone of yourself, as seen in Braid and the Talos Principle. But it's enough of a reframing to feel fresh. Aha, I figured it out. Look at me, Mum.
You did it, Yahtzee. Are you such a smart little boy?
I am a smart little boy. Oh, bugger. Let go of the... I let go of the button. Don't let go of the button, you smart boy. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, you're such a smart little boy.
Okay, this is starting to get uncomfortable. I have a universal test for puzzle games that's one question long. Does beating the game's challenges make me feel smug and clever? Oh, yeah.
That's the sound, everybody. That's the sound of a good
Yes.
puzzle game right there.
That's the sound I make when I finish the New York Times crossword. Oh, God, I've come down, 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 down. Ugh. That's the sound of it in my house. MotionRec passes that test quite handily. It's all very nicely put together. The simple and easy to read two-colour environments, the very intuitive green line showing where your recorded movements will take you, the understated soundtrack, the very Celeste optional collectibles for those chasing an extra high of smug cleverness.
Nice.
I don't know what kind of intelligence this rewards, but it's my kind of intelligence. Oh.
Nope.
For some reason I thought that would just work by itself.
Look at you.
Look at me. I'm so fucking smart. Jack compared it to Portal in that it requires that same kind of mental shift as you learn to think with portals, as it were, and I tend to agree. So yeah, I recommend. If you insist on pressing me for a criticism or two, I'd say the amount of movement you're allowed to save as part of one recording is a touch over-generous. Makes it tempting to brute force things. Cutting that down a bit might have encouraged more thoughtful play. Oh, and I guess more story would have been nice. Yep. Boo. Yep. Boo. Yep. Boo. Hey. Oh, sod it. I'm not going to get every music note anyway. I keep saying clever puzzles are all very well, but it's what cements them together that really makes a great puzzle game, in my view. The story and dialogue is what makes Portal an all-timer. If Portals alone were enough, we wouldn't have all forgotten about the first Prey game so quick. Is it not obvious why vampires are sexy? Because they're like pale, interesting, broody types, and they like seduce women and give them forbidden kisses. And by which I mean they bite them on the neck. What did you think I was talking about?
I love that idea, Yachts. Ooh, I'm here to give you forbidden kisses. That's such a silly way to say it.
I didn't say it in that voice.
I know, but that's how I heard it.
Do I look particularly fat and schlubby today?
You don't. You look great. Do you feel fat and
What's
schlubby?
fatter and schlubbier? Open jacket or closed jacket?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Our next game is Shelldiver, which is a pun on Helldivers. And don't feel bad if you only just got that. I was midstream when it hit me. Alright. Have some shit. Boing, 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 boing. Oh boy, I'm iterating. Look at me iterating, mum. Like, oh my god. 300 shells? Do you think I'm made of oh wait. It's a cutesy little pixel art game that is unabashedly aiming to be cozy second screen fodder. You're a little tortoise who makes brief trips under the sea to gather as many resources as they can before their oxygen runs out. They then use those resources to buy upgrades so they can last longer under the sea and carry more resources back, and as such gather exponentially more resources. And as we get more and more upgraded, we unlock more areas to get resources in.
Hey, Marty, what is the percentage of Yahtzee's jokes that you think you'll find funny this week?
Yeah, I was about to ask, how insincere was that laugh you just did?
I thought it was fun. The laugh, it wasn't like a laugh out loud joke. I did find it very clever. I did like that goof.
Okay. And back to the killing fields. Give me my shells. I'm hurting. Fairly straightforward iterative building game that feels like a minimalist Dave the Diver with no dialogue. I was impressed when the game conveyed the basics of gameplay without using a single tutorial dialogue, until I noticed there were no dialogues at all. Even when other tortoises start appearing in your home base, the most you can do is give them a cheery wave and they give you a ... in response.
Ah.
Ah.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Have you ever been on a cruise?
I have actually. It was relaxing, although it was full of plebs. The ship stopped at like a number of island destinations and I didn't bother getting off. So finally all the plebs have gone. And you go to those like islands that are like, and the natives are all flogging like cheap tat. I just can't figure out if it's patronizing and condescending to engage with all this, or if they like their entire economy depends on me engaging with it.
Sure.
See, this is one of those games that use the cozy game label as a crutch, on the assumption that a cozy thing to do with your hands game can get away with being mindless. I don't agree. I think there's always room for a bit of personality. I can't see myself getting lost in the process of developing my little tortoise archipelago without at least some context for why we're doing it. Perhaps that could sustain me while I wait the unreasonably long time it takes to sell me fucking jellyfish. I am a
Turtle murderer?
I'm
Turtle genocider?
a turtle genocider and I don't care.
But Insist, with a pretty good question. Are submarines often yellow, or is everybody just referencing the Beatles song / movie?
I mean, obviously, a submarine being yellow is an aberration. Otherwise, they wouldn't have written a song about it. I think a lot of submarines were painted yellow after the song because then it was referencing the song. Also, Shelldiver fucks up one of the basic principles of grindathons. You don't lead with the grindathon. You have some significant developments early on to keep us interested, and then only get repetitive later when we're invested. Help, I drown.
Oh no.
Oh no, as a turtle, I can spend very little time underwater. That's something we all know about turtles.
Yeah, that's a classic turtle fact.
They really aren't at home in the water. They just don't like it at all.
Fucking hate it.
They'd prefer to be in a sewer, being tutored by a giant rat.
That was a Ninja Turtles reference.
Yes,
I got that one.
Yes, took you a second, didn't it? This gets repetitive right off the bat. Several dives in and my little tortoise village hadn't acquired a single new feature. My jaw hadn't even gone slack. You gotta wait for the drool to start trickling before you go full YouTube playable. And our final game this month was Forestrike, a roguelite martial arts game with a twist. Fights take place as one-dimensional single-room brawls with multiple attackers in which you must leverage your limited uses of block and dodge to take out your foes in the most optimal sequence. The twist being that you can use the power of foresight to practice each fight as many times as you want before you do it for realsies. Yeah, that
seems like a pretty easy way.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of the one on the right, and then beat the shit out of the one on the left.
Oh yeah, now it's a roguelite.
Now we're going full roguelite.
There's a map with lines on it.
He looks like the turtle we just played as turned into a man.
Just from reading the description, I wondered how it would work, because it sounded functionally identical to merely having a quick save at the start of the fight. But what it is that it's a roguelite where you traverse a sequence of encounters Slay the Spire style, and you have a punishingly small amount of health that isn't easily recovered. But you only actually lose health during real fights, and none of the practice ones count. Yeah, fight me. Oh, big lads with jiggly man boobs. Hey, hit this table. Haha, it was a trick. The enemy NPCs will always act the same way each fight, ostensibly, so you're incentivized to figure out the exact sequence of movements that will result in, if you'll forgive the phrase, flawless victory. In many ways, it's a puzzle game as much as it is a brawler. Oh no, he's turned against the order. Independent thought alarm. Evil is just a point of view, Anakin. Oh, look who couldn't be bothered to do climbing animations. Pow. Pow. That's weak. It's certainly interesting, and kind of frustrating when you finally decide to fight for realsies and the pressure of no longer being in dress rehearsals causes you to instantly fuck up. I'm inclined to play it more, although I think the visuals let it down a bit. The colours are muddy, and the switch between arty pencil drawings and crunchy pixel art with more than a few corners cut in the animation department gives me a bit of a car crash of the senses. Oh man, look at all these moves we haven't discovered yet.
Oh
my goodness, that's just the basics.
Too many moves. That's too many moves.
Hooray! Some dudes to beat up. Wants a fight? Can I go now? And I didn't see the point in the replay feature. It makes sense in Katana Zero and Super Meat Boy because it was impressive to see, respectively, the slow-mo reaction stuff in real time and all my failed attempts cracking off at once. In this case, you're just seeing the exact same fight you just did with nothing more to add to the spectacle. Yeah, I know, I kicked ass, but this is the moment to put on my sunglasses and walk away from the explosion like a cool guy. Not pull out a fucking tape measure and fuss about inspecting the explosion for future reference.
Housewives find me sexy. People who aren't kinky think I'm kinky.
You know, you could almost put that speech bubble in the mouth of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rocky Horror really is baby's first perversion.
Everyone needs to find their inner pervert.
Oh my goodness, it's a dude wearing stockings. My goodness. Hello?
Master, there's someone at the door.
Anything that used to have Tim Curry in and now doesn't have Tim Curry in.
Right?
That is not really worth talking about. Man, I let my mind slip for 1 second to talk about Tim Curry. I blame you.
Okay. You should blame me. That was my fault. But you know what? I don't apologize for making you think of Tim Curry.
Yeah, in fact, I think I'm going to think about Tim Curry some more. Maybe now, maybe tonight. In my private moments.
As you should. That man is a national treasure